Okay, welcome to Heroic Academy. I just want to quickly use this video to make a quick tutorial for one of my students. And anyway, for any of my students that is interested in learning use that role. Okay, when you finish building an application, you have an admin panel of that application. Then you might need a situation whereby you have users, different users of that application. Then you assign different responsibilities or role to the users. Okay, so one of my students requested for something like that. He wants to see how it looks, how I'm going to build mine to help him build his as well. Okay, so I've done something like this in the past, but I want to do it in object-oriented programming. All right, so let's get started. Okay, we built online shop. I'm going to use the online shop of one of my students also. So this was built by one of my students, George Emmanuel. He built this. I still have a copy of this. I decided to use it, okay, to make the video. Okay, very good. So this video will be quite helpful, especially if you've gone through this online shop tutorial. So it will be an addition to what you've learned so far. You add it and can also add user role to your application. Okay, like I said before, user role, just assigning role to different users of your application. Okay, so you want someone, maybe you want to have an admin. Admin will have access to, or depending on how you organize your application. If you want admin to have access to all the features of that application, that's okay. Some might organize it in such a way that there will be super admin. Super admin will have access to all the features. Then admin will have access to some of the features, while the user will have access to just few features. Okay, like I said, it depends on the application you're building. Okay, but the one I'm going to do now is just I'm going to have only two different users. One is going to be an admin, the other is going to be a user. With the knowledge you're going to acquire here, you can use it to build any type of user role system in your application. Okay, for example, let's say if you have let's say a multi-vendor website where people can register and they sell their product, okay, or offer their services in your website, and you get commission. It means that you have to assign a role to those people that are registering. Maybe you can call them partner, you can call them sellers, you can call them anything. It depends on how you organize it. And those people, you have to assign them specific role. Okay, you have to give them access to a feature that will help them partner with you. Not all the features in your website, you get that. So why you as an admin or the super admin will have access to everything in the website. So that is it. So once you understand the concept, because the concept is what is most important here, once you understand the concept, you can build anything with it, any user role system with it. Okay, so like I said before, well, what I'm building is, you're going to build an admin. We're going to create an admin user role system whereby an admin will have access to all the features, while the user will have access to some of the features. That means we are going to hide some features from the user. Okay, so that said, let's get started. So to do that, first of all, you have to go to user class. A quick one. So we have to go to user. We have a user class here. I believe we don't. Let me see if we have a duplicate here. No, we don't. Okay, so we have a user class here. You open it. So here you're going to select an admin. This is a select user, but I'm going to duplicate this just to make it fast and edit it. I will duplicate this. For you to duplicate with VS Code, you can hold down Shift, hold down Alt, press down arrow key. So Shift Alt down arrow key, it will duplicate it for you. So I'm going to change this to select. You see, this select is not correct. You didn't spell it. George Emmanuel didn't spell it well, but that's okay. So this one, I don't want to bother myself with this. Okay, so you come here, select admin. So it says select admin. Let me do it like this. Okay, I think Judge Emmanuel already have, because I've taught him this and he did it. I've actually taught him this and he did it in his application. Okay, let's maybe, oh sorry, on there. Oh, okay, not necessary that he did it. I actually did it for him. I've done this before for somebody. He did it and he made a mistake, so I corrected him, and this is it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, since this has been done before, I will explain it. I think explaining it will make it even faster, and instead of me repeating the process. Okay, so I will explain what was done already. So look at this. This is the first method you're going to create. This method, you're going to select users where email equals to email. Okay, that is when someone logs in, you're going to check the person's email. Okay, then you check the status of that person, whether the person is admin or a user. So this select method is checking whether that person is an admin, and that is why you have this. First of all, with this email, it will recognize the person. Then it will now check whether the person is an admin. Okay, so if the person is an admin, it will return true. If the person is not an admin, it will, okay, not necessarily if the person is an admin. This one is talking about if this select, this particular, how we do it in object-oriented programming, you separate different method for different function. For like this one is just talking about select only, while this one will talk about whether the person is an admin or not. So this select, after selecting it, it will check whether there is an error. Okay, whether you were able to select correctly. If you are not able to select, it will okay, this one is not actually the one I corrected. I just picked from the one he sent to me so that I will correct it now. So let me now do the correction here. You will learn from it. Okay, even though I've done the correction before, but I will now take this opportunity to do this. Okay, so what we're talking about is that if the thing is, if it fails, if the selection fails, it will return false. That's the idea, not true. Okay, it will return true, it will return false. Okay, now if it succeed, it will return true. So this is the first method you're going to create. Okay, then after that, you come down here. I believe I won't confuse you. Let me delete all these things and build it from scratch so that you won't be confused. Okay, let me build it from scratch. Okay, the next method we are now going to build is, now that we've been able to select with this method, we've been able to select the user, and we've gotten the user, we'll be able to select the user and the role. Okay, the next thing is to create a method, public function is admin. Public function is admin. Oh, sorry, is admin. So this function is checking whether the person is admin or not. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to first of all get this. Oh, sorry, I actually made a mistake here. This particular one it's not going to return true. It's going to return this. It's going to return this. So let me explain it correctly. So if this did not succeed, it will return false. It shows that it fails. But if it succeed, then we need this because we are going to use it here. So it will return this. It will return the selection. This selection was assigned to this variable. So it will return the selection so that it will be used whenever you call this. Selection will be used. You get that? You get that? So we will now call this here, right in this here. You can now say, just drop that statement here, statement. You can call it anything. It mustn't be statement. You can call it SQL, you can call it whatever you want to call it. Okay, you say this, as usual, you say this, then you now select the method. And remember, this is admin will have email. as a parameter. Okay, so with this now, you've been able to select this method, this particular selection, and you've gotten all the main details here. Okay, so with this now, you're going to first of all check whether this is false. You know, it will return false if it fails. So you check whether it is false. So how do you do that? Just check this. Say if, okay, you can say if I've something like this. Okay, this is if it is not true. That means if it is false, you put a exclamation mark at the back. Okay, okay, so if this statement is false, is not false. Okay, let's just say if it is false, then you return false. Or let me just say if it's true first, so that we say else. Okay, let's do it like this. So what we're saying now is if this is true, that means if it's correct, if you were able to select correctly. So the next thing you are now going to do is to check whether the person the person is actually an admin. So how do we check it? You just say if statement row count, sorry. So what we are checking now, you know that this particular selection is selecting an admin, and if the person is not an admin, it will be 0. That the row count will be 0. You get me? So you're now checking if the row count is greater than 0. That means if it's greater than 0, that means the person is an admin. Okay, so if it is greater than 0, return true. When you return true, it means that the person is an admin, right? Well, however, if it's false, what you do is to do what you return you return false. Okay, now if this is not true, like the statement that if it fails, it will also return false, and I'll come down here and say else return false. Okay, with this we are done with this method. So this method, what it will check for you is whether the person is an admin. Okay, so if it's admin, it will return true. Okay, with this now you are good to go. You now take this method and you go to where you want to go to your code, right? Let's say you want to change. Let me log in first so that I'll see what I'm going to change. Oh, sorry, not sign up actually, but log in. Let's quickly log in. I believe I don't know if I actually registered. Okay, you do not. My password is normal. That means I registered. Okay. Hey, I didn't change the URL. Actually, I didn't change it somewhere. Let me see if I can quickly change it from somewhere here. Not here actually. URL. Interesting. Okay, take it from here. Then you go to that is it, right? Yeah, I think I'm correct. Yeah, change it here. Now you close it. Okay, so I think let me log out, refresh, and log in again. Procedure 1 2 3 4. Alright, better. So we've been able to log in successfully. Okay, okay, but there's an issue. Say status on defined variables. Okay, I've solved this for him before. This is not where I want to focus on now, but it's a kind of distraction to us. Okay, so maybe I will pause this video because the video is becoming lengthy. Okay, so I will solve this one. Okay, okay, because I don't want to kind of distract you from where we're focusing. Okay, so the video will pause to now. Okay, so let's continue. So now this is what we're going to do now. You see all this. Let's say you don't want a user to see this. You don't want a user. You just want only admin to see the customers. Do you understand? On maybe users, some of these things you don't want a ordinary user to see it. Okay, so this is what you do. So let's hide the customer first. Okay, we open a dashboard. You know, all those components are in the dashboard. So this one is for customer. So we want to hide this particular card from someone that is not an admin, from users or any other person that is using it. It's not an admin. So the first thing you have to do, you have to first of all create an object of users class, which he has done. But I think it's better to call it user object. User object equals to new users. He has done that. Okay, and you have to also include users. Okay, you know, users is from the, you know, this is a back end, as in this is the dashboard folder. So you have to trace it to the back, to the front. Okay, before you get to the back. So get the user first, then create object of users class, which we've done, user object. Then after that, you have to call that method you created, which is this one. Okay, this method. Okay, but this time, you know, you're going to use the object to call it, not this. Okay, so what you do now is, maybe let's call it down here. Just create a method is admin, not a method but a variable. Is admin variable. So admin equals to, then you use that this user object, user object to call it. Okay, so it's a, oh sorry my dear, I'm actually calling the select admin, not this. What I want to call is admin, not select admin. Now select admin is a private function, you can't call it to public. Okay, so this is what we need, not select. Very good. So with this we get this, and make sure that you have a email here. That's the session email, quite okay. So you know what is to do this method now. With this you've called a method. The method will check whether the person is an admin. If it gets true or false, it will assign it to this variable. If it is true, it means that the person is an admin. Otherwise, it will false. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to use this variable to check whether this. I will just check if it's an admin. If it's an admin, it will hide this person. Okay, I will say if before that you open PHP tag. Oh, sorry, my dear. Open PHP tag quickly. You come down here, you close it, then right inside here you now say if this is an admin, just if it's admin, simple. You know, this still means if this is admin equals to true. Okay, if this is true. So once you say if it's admin, means if it's true. But if you put this at the back, it means if it is false. Hope you get it. So let me remove this. So it means if it's an admin, show this. Maybe you have to copy this. I just need this tag to cover this. Come down here. So wrap this thing. You close the tag here. So you see, with this now you wrap this and this. So this is in between. So what will happen is if the person is not an admin, the person will not see this customer. Let me refresh. We're still going to see this customer because I'm an admin. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the dashboard and make myself a user. Let's see what we're going to get quickly. So I'm going to the PHP my admin, not dashboard but database. So do I still remember the? Okay, let me check the this to know. Okay, gbyte.db. Okay, let's look for it. Okay, this is it here. Okay. This is me, right? So you see I'm an admin, right? So I will make myself a user. Let's see. Good. So let's check it again. If you watch, you didn't see it again. So it's hidden now from me. Okay, if I want to hide other things, just the same thing. Okay, if I want to hide other things, but I just repeat this process. Just copy. Let's say if we want to, oh sorry, not this user. Let me close this user class. Close this. Go here so that I'll concentrate here. All right. So what I'm going, if I want to include these users to what I'm hiding, I have to maybe cut it from here. maybe if I want to include the product, then I'll cut everything I want to include. I'll kind of, okay, this one, is it organized? Okay, you know, I always like code to be organized. Okay, so you cut it from here, then move it right inside this block. Okay, to be right inside this is admin block. Okay, so with this, let's check it again. So do you see we only have two comments and the categories. If you want to hide all these, you can do that. Just add them within that block. It will be hidden. Okay, same with this. Same with this menu. Okay, if you want to hide the menu, you also just repeat the process. Open index. I believe we'll have it in index here. Okay, just make sure you have users class there. I don't know if we have users class, or I believe we have it. Okay, you have it. Just go to the index. Okay, so we don't have the users class. Just take everything you see here from here, copy it upwards. Actually, header. For me, sometimes what I do is I'll put everything in one folder. In one header. If the header is repeated in all, just put it in header. But I will just add it here directly. If you add it in header, it will be accessible in all. So you don't need to be copying and pasting in all. I just want to add it here just to make it fast. It's 21. This in 21 minutes, and we are running out of time already. So let me just do this. Let me just put it on the top quickly. Awesome. So I think yeah, so then you have to close your close this. We don't actually need this customer and order. We only need this user here. Okay, just come here or repeat the process. Just take this one. Is admin. Is admin. Yes. So we've gotten this here. But we have to check first to see if we have any issue, any error. Okay, no error yet. So repeat the process now. Just take this. Then you go to the menu you want to hide. So this advanced menu. Oh, okay, sorry. Actually, I added it in a wrong place. The index I'm talking about is supposed to be the index for dashboard, but I added it in index for the entire page. This is the index I'm talking about. We're supposed to add it here, but I added it in the front end index. This way I'm supposed to add it. Okay, so sorry about that. So I have to take it. I have to kind of come here, copy this. Okay, we're gonna go to this dashboard here. Okay, we have some PHP code here already. So we have to come down here and add it. You have email, yeah, sure. We add it maybe here. Then you remove this. Remove this one. Okay. Think that's fine. Maybe this one will be on the top. So let's check if you're going to get error. I believe we got error because of the we're directly here. We're directly in the dashboard. So for we to access the users class, because we're not right here, we have to move away from here. Let's check again first. Okay, then config. Yeah, we have config directly for us here. Then we have function here as well. Class is customer class. We need customer class here now. Okay, we only need the users class. I think Let's check again. Awesome. So we've connected everything. So we've gotten what we want. Then user class. So user object. So we now get we now get isAdmin. Go back to this. Take this isAdmin. Good. Okay, now close this here. Come here. So we've been able to call this isAdmin and assign it here. So now you now repeat the same process. Okay, same process of come here. Now let's say you want to hide users. Maybe let me close this so it will be easier for me to hide. So we have users, product categories. Let's say you want to hide all these from users, orders. You want okay, let's leave orders. Let's want to hide the users and products. Now come here and just paste it here and come down. Then put, yeah, very simple. With this now, oh sorry, it's hidden, but I just want to arrange it properly. Okay, yeah, we've been able to hide it. Good. So anything within this block is hidden. So let's check it. Do you see? So we now have view. So if you still want to hide other things like dashboard, you can hide profile. You see we've hidden some. So that is how you can do it. So anything you want to hide, just put it within the isAdmin block. It will be hidden. Okay, with the concept you've gotten here, I believe you can use it in other things you want to do. Okay, you want to have different users. You have a super admin, you have director, you have partners, you have users, you have affiliates. Okay, depending on the application you're building. Okay, all you need to do just to you have a select method. For example, if you want to talk about super admin, that means you have to use select method, select somebody where status is super admin. That's all. You have a select method for partner. Select somebody where where the status is partner. Okay, then so if you want to talk about users, select users where status is user. Okay, so when you come to the method, you now say if you want to check whether somebody is a super admin, just create a method is super admin method. Then you call select super admin method just like I did. Okay, you now check whether the row count is greater than 0. If it is, it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. If you want to, if you have, let's say somebody a director, okay, you can now check is director. Create is director method. Okay, now you check whether the row counts. First of all, you call select director method and check whether the row count is greater than 0. If it is, you return true. Otherwise, you return false. That's just a concept. Then you now go to your app. Go to where you want to give access to only directors. You get it done. Okay, so if you want both the director and the admin to have access to it, it means that you have to say if director and the admin, okay, show this. Then you put it in a block. Anything you want to assign to, maybe it's a group of people, maybe a director, admin, just assign it. If you want to assign it to only the admin, you put it within the admin block. Okay, so that's the concept. So it's quite straightforward. Thank you so much.